Congratulations, you are halfway there. You just finished week 5. Woohoo! We had a great discussion of group norms, which is a wonderful topic. I know many of you have studied group norms before, but here is why I hope you will start to apply the theory that you've learned. So norms, of course, require us to do certain things, to be nice to people, and they constrain us. They stop us from doing other things. For example, from confronting people. The trick in effective groups is to set norms or to change the norms so that they support group success. And that usually means allowing you to talk about and address problems, because problems come up, to face tensions. It's not about keeping yucky people out of a group. You can't realistically do that. What you can do is set norms that allow you to address issues as they arise, directly, respectfully, clearly, without blaming, but saying this is what's happening and I don't think it's effective. Do you see it, and what can we do about it? And that raises it to the level, raises problems in group functioning to the level of awareness and consciousness so that the group members can deal with them by changing the norms, changing practices, establishing different roles. There are a zillion things that can be done. But once you've addressed them publicly, you have that opportunity. One very good practice is to have what's called a process check. How is our process going? What's going well? What could be improved? So speaking of process checks, I want to do one now for us. Those of you who are DCM students or taking the H2X or writing a paper this week, you've just turned in your second analysis of an interaction, and you're going to write up those 2 data points with some other questions and issues in a paper, which will be graded by me with, of course, feedback, and also read and given ungraded feedback by the peer writing mentor. And she's wonderful, and she'll be contacting you. You can choose with her feedback to rewrite your paper if you would like to, or just take that feedback and learn from it. I think it'll be very helpful. We are also starting on groups this week. So you are now in a position to take what we've talked about and what you know and to apply it. Please join the class group. And this is the group named after a famous social psychologist. There's the Vroom group, there's the Milgram group, the Ash group, the Zimbardo group, and so on. Please keep it ideally to 3 members in a group because we're 9 people. And then you're going to distribute roles, and individuals can play multiple roles, that's fine, and work on a project this week, and then a project at the end of the term in week 10. I'd like you to use, if you can, if you're able to, 2 modalities. We have set up for you group rooms in Wimba and also group chat rooms. Once you join your groups, there's only 1 member so far, I'll assign you to the chats, and those are private. The chats automatically record everything you do. You can do it synchronously, or you can go in at different times. Each time you go in, it makes another chat recording. If you don't know how to use these tools, please let me know in the course QA. I'm happy to post information, instructions, and walk you through it. If you have webinar software, if you want to Skype, that's fine too, whatever you want to do. But recording it is good because then you can go back and look at what you did after the fact. And here we go. I can't wait. Take care.